Africa, and welcome to another episode of Late Night News. This week, we look at the violent protests.
Yeah, let's get some cold drink.
David Kibuka reports from Shanghai.
Fly the rice! Fly the rice!
We look at the state of the nation.
Shiniwam.
Chester missing interviews EFF's Goldrich Gordy.
You're doing to Parliament what Pitbull does to music.
And Deep Fried Man sings the morale index with Rouge. Don't go anywhere. Well, South Africa, I have good news and then I have bad news. The good news is that violent protests are no longer a seasonal problem. And the bad news is that, well, violent protests are no longer a seasonal problem. In the last 3 months, there have been 122 violent protests in Gauteng alone. Analyst Karen Hees from the Municipal IQ Institute. Those are two words that I never thought I'd see in the same sentence. I mean, IQ and municipal. Anyway, she claims that we've reached crisis level. Oh, some of the places ravaged by violent protests in the last month alone have been Mututlung, Matakeng, Majakaneng, Malamulela. All those places start with an M. So all I'm saying to you, if the place you live in starts with an M, the protests are coming. Protests are spreading so fast, they are making Ebola look lazy. Political analyst Ralph Mateja had this to say. Violence in protest is inherited from the past. We have not done any work to rid ourselves of that past. The apartheid legacy. It's like a vampire. It won't die. It's still sucking us dry. Maybe Bra Ralph is onto something. Our police force has gone from shooting at angry black people to shooting at angry black people. The only thing that's changed is the color of the vans of the police. Now let's consider the turmoil in Majakaneng. While authorities say efforts to restore calm simply escalated the situation, I mean, look at what they were doing.
Police in Majakaneng have had their hands full since Monday.
Well, I am no expert in conflict resolution, but I don't think efforts to restore calm should include shooting rubber bullets into a crowd which is already angry. There's a lot of words to describe South Africa's police force, but calm is not one of them. Anyway, what the title of brigadier, you cannot have calmness. It's in your job description. Brigadier, I mean, you're hardcore. But we can't lay all this blame on Ria Pierre's henchmen. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of all of this.
There's someone behind this. We can't tell. Maybe the intelligence at the later stage will tell us who's behind the whole thing.
Who could it be? There must be somebody, because these people know nothing about water. Now all of a sudden they know water. Somebody is telling these people that I need to give them water. These people have been living with us forever. So this somebody must come out. Now here's what Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo had to say about all of this.
We are worried as the government, as the African National Congress, that criminals are hibernating within the genuine grievances of the people.
Your community hasn't had water since 2005. I think you're confusing hibernation with dehydration. Hibernation is the wrong word, Baba. It's the wrong word. Firstly, hibernation implies these people are sleeping, and sleeping for a very long time, like bears. You see bears? They sleep the whole of winter. That is called hibernating. The people want water. When will they get the water?
Between now and July, they must have water. Between now and July, there must be water in Majakaneng. Between
now and July, I see the plan here. You are going to wait for the rain and be like, okay, now, here's water. Here, this is not what water. Is it not raining? Drink the water, man.
We view this as an act of criminality, because if you were to march for a genuine issue, a proper issue in terms of service delivery, what does that have to do with burning the house of the executive mayor?
Now listen, I agree that burning government property is a ridiculous solution. It's our stuff that we bought with our own money, not to mention the fact that burning someone's house down is just not a nice thing to do. Now, there's most definitely a link between having people like Mama will fix it in 6 months in charge and the anger of the citizens. I'm not justifying the burning. I'm just trying to understand it. Is it possible to see the frustration while simultaneously condemning the violence, criminalizing the frustrated actions of the poor isn't the solution here. Yes, arsonists should be prosecuted, but let's not ignore the other side of the coin. But with that said, 140 schools in Malamulela stood empty this whole week because of the protest. Think about that. Think about it.
This is Jabulani Masango, or Java for short. Java is usually a nice guy, doing usual nice guy things, like working for his family, watching his city golf, and dancing to Bobby Schmurder with his friends. But there's one serious problem. Java and his buddies get angry, very angry when they don't get services delivered to them. So angry that they burn down other services that have already been delivered to them.
Wait, gents. I'm thirsty. Very thirsty for all this great dancing. Yeah, let's get some cold drink.
But Jawu, you burned down the store yesterday, remember? When you were angry about water shortages?
Wait. No water, no store. Unacceptable. I'm calling the municipal office right now. Bazongas.
Jawu, you burned down the municipal office when you were angry about the burned down school.
Oh my goodness. I remember. We burned down the school too. I know.
Yes, when you were angry about the tavern being closed for the weekend.
This is too much to take. I'm gonna sit down.
There are no more chairs, Jawu. You burned them all when you were angry at your wife. You also burned down your city golf when West Bank wanted you to pay your installment.
No, but that was my car. I like that car.
Exactly, Jawu. The only person you ever really hurt with your violent protest is yourself. Ulasta Jawu. Ulasta Jabulani.
South Africa, we can do much better as a country. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, David Kibuka is in Shanghai. Chester Missing talks to EFF's Godrich Gardi. We look at the state of the nation. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, send us emails, and we'll see you after the break. Welcome back. We now cross over to our international correspondent, David Kibuka. Who is in Shanghai, Dave? What's happening there?
The Argentinian President Cristina Kirchner came to China to ask for money, and then while she was at the conference, she tweeted, "All these Chinese people came here for fried rice and petroleum." Unbelievable, Lloyd.
Well, our president says interesting things as well, Dave.
At least our president picks his battles. It's one thing to say, "This is not a road in Malawi," and quite another to say, fried rice, because it's China. China produces everything in the world, whereas if Malawi imposes sanctions on us, what will they say? "No more gardeners for you, South Africa."
Dave, that's a bit of a hectic thing to say. Malawi produces more than gardeners. You are promoting xenophobia with that kind of statement, Dave.
If there was one time that you had a hope that a phone was not charged because there was no electricity, it would have been when President Kirchner of Argentina tweeted.
So I see where you're going, Dave. Hashtag load shedding, right?
Yes, you know me so well, Lloyd. When the ANC were fighting for power, they clearly did not mean electrical power, because it feels like our government, Lloyd, our government that you voted for, aren't giving us anything. The government must either sort out Bafana or electricity, but they can't have both being bad. And just in case they're listening, I suggest that you try and sort out Eskom first, because Bafana never gonna.
Dave, speaking of soccer, did you watch the AFCON final?
Yes. I was just waiting for the coaches to take penalties. But don't try and distract me, Lloyd. These politicians don't care about us. Because when load shedding comes, they just go, "Hey, I guess it's sushi again for dinner, baby."
I am not distracting you. I just want you to tell us what's going on in China. And stop being negative about South Africa, Dave. Stop.
I'm not negative. I love South Africa when I can see it. But it's true. We need to look at the bright side, even though it's hard to do when you are constantly in the dark. We need to invest in things like solar energy.
Well, there you have it, South Africa. A positive solution from David Kibuka.
We get plenty of energy from the sun, but we just waste it. It's like being on Noah's Ark and Noah going, "Lord, please send me some water to wash my boat."
Dave, what does Trevor Noah have to do with anything now?
Noah from the Ark, Lloyd, 2 by 2. And Noah wasn't a black person, because if he was,
he wouldn't have taken out. He'd be like, sorry, out. This taxi is not going to town.
Okay, Dave. Are you going to tell us what's going on in China with Argentina and China as far as their relations go, or are you going to continue diverting into other things?
Thank you, Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was David Kibuka. I mean, didn't give us the full story, but there you have it. Now, I know there are many people out there who are extremely angry about the whole load shedding situation we find ourselves in. But on the bright side, there's good news. Apparently, Eskom guaranteed that the lights would be on for our glorious #1 Gedla Hlekisa to give his State of the Nation address on the 12th of February. But Eskom will probably be like, guys, we're only giving you 4 hours. If you speak the way you normally do, with many pauses, clearing your throat and singing the national anthem, the grid will collapse. The grid will collapse. Yeah, just finish quickly. But the lights going out should have been the least of our president's problems, because EFF, those guys have been paying for the president's blood.
Altotsi ya mathomo ya mo South Africa ya melele. #1 Tsotsi. From Mataka Slicer Tsotsi.
You'd think that it would be enough to keep a man up at night, but not my president. In response to the EFF threat, the president was like, I mean, come on. What's going on here?
Never been nervous in my life.
Thank you.
Never.
You've never, ever been nervous in your life. Ever. Even when the charges were coming. Ever. Even when you saw the numbers. Even when you saw a number of 6 million, 12 million. Don't you get nervous? We've seen you. I get nervous. The government thought it was a good idea to go into social media to ask the people what topics the president should talk about during his speech during the State of the Nation. Big mistake. The most popular suggestion was to legalize marijuana, weed, the zone. Yeah, legalize. And the second most popular was they asked the president to resign. How bad have you stressed out the country, Mr. President, where all we want is for us to smoke weed and for you to live? You know those ones? No, don't even pay back the money. Just go and let us smoke in peace. South Africa, things are... People don't even want water. No. We'll live without water, and also we'll live without you. Just go and let us smoke. Things are rough. Things are rough. But while Juju was counting down to his big moment of grandstanding in the National Assembly, perhaps the commissar from Seshego should have been worrying about his own storms brewing in his own home front.
In the letter penned to Malema, he asks, are we the reason you pay your own tax money using an EFF credit card? I know about the 30,000 rand the party pays every month. You've even upped the credit card's limit to 100,000 and about a whole lot more.
I feel like when Kenny Kunene and Getty Mackenzie get together and there's a bottle of Glenfiddich involved, there will be a strongly worded letter headed towards somebody. But one thing, gents, why are you guys always involving us with these political beefs of yours? We want to call a letter tag to tag, and then, just let's just sort it out on the street. There's no need now to be writing these letters. Anyway, with all these open letters circulating the State of the Nation, all this load shedding, South Africa, I think we have to think outside the box, right? I really think we need to think outside the box. I'm taking in some calls. Don't talk about unemployment, no load shedding, no corruption. Let's talk about other things that we want in the State of the Nation and we want for our country. So I hear we have a caller from Limpopo. A caller from Limpopo?
Hello. I'd like to talk about why these letters are suddenly open. What happened to the envelope? We used to have great things, a manila envelope, the A3, all the sizes. Also, this is not prison anymore. We don't always have to be writing letters. You can pick up a phone and call somebody. Whether or not that person is going to answer, that's another story. That's all I want.
Juju, is that you? South Africa. Did Julius Malema just run out of airtime? It's rough, huh? We have another call from Cape Town. What do you have to say?
I'd like to say that this thing that's happening in Cape Town of dropping your suspension and putting on wheel caps and big radios that blast out this Nelly, I love you, Nelly, I need you. It's just too loud, man. Viva DA! Tata DA!
Is that Helen Ziller? Ah, that was Helen Ziller, South Africa. You can stay anonymous all you want, but that was Helen Ziller. Okay, we'll take another call.
For what? No, I listen on the TV.
Ah, Uncle Gwere, no one understands what you're saying. Write it down, send it to us via an open letter. Otherwise, this thing, we can't hear you. We can't know the whole time. We can't hear. Please, Uncle Gwere. We have an anonymous caller again. Anonymous caller, what would you like to say?
I really think people should stop talking about people's houses. I mean, it's between themselves and the bank. And also, why are people's houses on television for a whole year? Is your house on TV, Leso?
No matter what anyone says, that was Msholozi's voice. Nobody. I mean, come on, that was Msholo. South Africa, this wasn't for politicians. It was for ordinary people to call in and engage. But obviously, the politicians got ahead of us and they called in. That's fine. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for gracing us with your presence. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, we have Chester Missing, who talks to Godrich Gardy from the EFF, and T. Fryman sings the morale index with Rouge. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, send us emails, and we'll see you after the break with more madness. Welcome back. This week, Chester Missing interviewed Godrich Gardy from the EFF, and this is what went down.
Talking to the Secretary General of the EFF. He's the Gwede Mantashe of freedom fighters. It's Godrich Gardy. What's going on, man? Ninjani.
I am Ban Ki-moon of the United Nations, not Gwede Mantashe.
Not Gwede Mantashe. No, you don't have enough facial hair for that. Did you really elect a guy who's in jail to run the EFF in Northwest?
EFF is a democratic organization.
Yes, that's true.
The people who elected him are delegates of the province where he belongs.
Okay. This whole pay back the money situation, hasn't it turned into an ego battle between Juju and Msholozi?
Not at all. It's about the people of South Africa and corruption by the executive.
What if the president just says, I've reached a settlement with Treasury to pay back the money? What would you do then?
Of course, that's what we want him to say, how much he is paying and when he is paying.
Yeah, but what if he offers to pay back?
I am giving you a T-shirt. Take.
See? Oh my God. Yo, that is the whitest thing in the EFF.
So you have it, Chester?
Yes, I have it. There we go. It's the EFF, pay back the money. You're even selling merchandising. You're making money out of paying back the money. You said that you would make the president's speech ungovernable. I mean, what are you going to do? Will it involve tequila?
We have never said that we'll make his speech ungovernable. We have said that we will ask him the question.
What will you ask him? How do you shine your head so shiny?
We will ask him the question.
Can we swim in the fire pool?
No. We're taking it from the 21st of August, 2014.
Yeah.
When is he going to pay back the money, as the public protector have said?
Well, I mean, okay, let's go here. Why are you going to court for your right to wear fancy dress in Parliament?
Well, we have not reached that point, but if need be, it's the best we can do because it's very peaceful, it's not violent, and there's no disruption.
Why do you wear overalls?
It's symbolic of the constituency that we represent, the workers.
But if you start representing sex workers, will you have to wear G-strings and stilettos to court? Will you be like, hey, whoa, who's your daddy?
Well, we can only represent the worst of the workers, the most exploited, the artisans, the mine workers, and the domestic workers.
Amandla, and we love that you do this. That you guys are earning whatever it is, 80,000 Rand a month or whatever. I mean, you're not poor, so you guys are actually doing worker face. It's like Helen Ziller's Duke for poor people.
It can be. It can be, Chester.
Oh, lies.
We went to Parliament. Some of us were very senior executives of government before we went to Parliament.
Exactly.
So we've always been earning some of that money that we are currently earning.
What are you guys going to be doing in 2015 in Parliament, apart from screaming about paying back money?
We'll introduce motions for debate on bettering the lives of the people of South Africa.
But listen, man, you guys are basically winning Parliament by breaking it. You scream and shout. You're doing to Parliament what Pitbull does to music.
No. It is the nature of parliaments throughout the world to talk, to shout,
but you don't
to heckle.
You pay back the money. And then I even saw Commissar Floyd pulling a zap sign with his middle finger going, you man.
No. It's about a culture of a society. In other cultures, the flipping of the bed is not necessarily absurd and insulting.
Zap signs are not about your culture. Is Julius Malema going back to the ANC?
He has said it many times that is a laughable story. It's neither here nor there. It's not even part of anything that he thinks of in this world.
But if he goes, aren't you worried he might take that Golf 6 he bought himself?
Ask City Press. They have apologized for that story. They've misled
They're
the
lying
community.
Bastards.
Yeah.
You lying bastards!
Well, it's you who's saying that, it's not me.
Thank you, Commissar. I really appreciate you talking to us. I'm also going to go get rich. God rich, sorry.
It was nice being with you, Chester.
Viva, are you going to make him pay back the money?
Who must pay back the money?
Julius! Just kidding. I'm out.
Thank you very much, Commissar Gordy. Now it's time for the Morale Index, brought to you by D-Fry Man and his musical guest, Rouge.
Hey, I'm just like Beck. Not too many people know me yet. See me on TV, you may object like Kanye West, but soon you'll be playing on my tracks at your party. If you don't believe me, then you tripping like Mugabe.
It's on a time, say, hey, everybody's guessing what the president will say. What? People wanting him to legalize marijuana are gonna end up disappointed like Ghana.
You see the speech is drawing yet, don't fear, Jay-Z is about to spit. DA making noise and EFF is trying to spoil it. Keep yourself together, better memorize your lines. Put some feeling into it, unlike those other times.
The haters gonna hate, it makes no difference. Just shake it off like Taylor Swift did. Don't stress about what the nation will say. Hey. We all have low expectations anyway.
So?
We don't need a reason to panic. We don't need a reason to panic. Violence, EFF, ESCOM. Hear about it February 12.
Don't need a reason to panic.
Violence, EFF, ESCOM. We'll hear about it February 12.
Hey, my name is Rouge.
Hi, Rouge.
Hi.
Thank you very much, D-Fried Man, and your musical guest, Rouge. And that's it for the week, South Africa. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, send us emails, and we'll see you next time with more madness.